We find this is best just to have more deep interaction or audience engagement, good time for Q&A. If you are interested in presenting and you have a young business, less than 5 years old, a startup, or even like a new idea, apply, and we'd be glad to have you. We always want to focus on what can we as a community do for the presenter? How can we help the presenter as a community? So this is your volunteer organizing team. Organizers, maybe just raise your hand. Let's give it up for each other. April, our newest addition to the team. So the code of conduct here in Ann Arbor, if you go in and out, just try to close the door lightly and try to keep it respectful and quiet, especially when the presenter is up speaking. We understand you might need to go to the bathroom or grab a cup of coffee. Just be respectful of whoever's speaking. We want to focus on the speaker's challenges. So, getting up here takes, you're being vulnerable. You're presenting about your business. So make sure we're positive, constructive, and focus on what the speaker has said is their biggest challenge. If we need to, we'll hold up sort of a white card if we need a room reset to bring things back. Want to give it up for our venue sponsor, so Bamboo, where we are. Great building, great facilities here. They're opening a new location in Grand Rapids. They have a few throughout Southeast Michigan. And if you're interested, they have private offices, a lot of information. Anytime you're here, so today, if you want to hang out here later, you can just go down to the front desk, mention that you attended 1 Million Cups, and you can work for free today. And next, I want to give it up to Melissa from Pathway X and Fast Track, our coffee sponsor.
This one was spawned from that, but it's so different. So I'm one of the volunteer organizers for that. I'm an MC as well as a presenter coach. So I love how you did this today, Tarun, and actually reiterated what's happening when we show you this information on the screen. For those of you who don't pay attention, because you come all the time. Like, who comes all the time? Can you raise your hand if you come all the time? Right, so we have this in Ferndale too. We have about 60 or 70 people that come there, and we do 2 presenters every week. And why am I sharing that with you? Because I kind of see myself as an expert at 1 Million Cups. Now, 1 Million Cups is a Kaufman Foundation. That's how it started, and we just run their framework. They let us use their software, and we just continue to invite you guys here every week. And that's happening at 111 communities all around the United States. So this is me, and the reason I'm beginning with that is because Kaufman has another program that is called Fast Track. And Ginger and I and Masur, who's one of the volunteers here, went to the 1 Million Cups Fast Track Summit this year, a couple of weeks ago, and they provided this great shot for us, 1 Million Cups Fast Track. And they're looking to do combined programming around the country, and I decided to take that on. So my company is Pathway X Events, but I'm now teaching a class called Pathway X Fast Track, as you heard Tarun say. And so if you're asking yourself these types of questions, I have an idea, but I don't actually know if it's a business. I keep spinning my wheels on pricing and customers and marketing, and maybe I know what I kind of want to do, but I don't actually know yet. Or maybe I want to launch, but I'm not sure that I'm ready, and I don't even know where to start. So another way to look at these questions are you an entrepreneur that's 5 years or less that is not sure if you're wasting your time or your money? If you are stuck without a roadmap, or maybe you're missing opportunities, and this is the biggest one. If you are spinning your wheels kind of on what you want to do, think of all the people that could use the skill that you have. Like you said, you have engineering skills and you're past the honeymoon version of retirement, which is fabulous, and you're looking to sell your skills, really. There is a roadmap to do that with. And so Fast Track with Kaufman Foundation is the program I'm going to be teaching. It's going to be 10 weeks long. It's going to be twice a week, 90 minutes a week. That's it. So 3 hours you'll be spending a week for 10 weeks, so that works out to 30 hours, right? We're gonna do 20 classes at that time, and I'm gonna teach you, these are not my slides that I sent you recently, but here's what I'm gonna be teaching you, because it has a program on it. They give us this program that goes through these stages. Ideates, looking at your mindset. We'll talk through your mindset, what it means to be an entrepreneur, how you look at business. We'll go through positioning your business. Commit, we'll do a few weeks on committing, because that is where we'll learn how to kind of get your business plan rolling, get your financial worksheets that you're going to use all in place, and make sure that you're starting to really feel ready, like you're ready to tell people about what you're doing, or tell the people you've been telling in a better way about what you've been doing. And then we'll refine that, and then I'll teach you the best way to do a pitch, which is going to sort of look like 1 million cups, because I think the presentation format works the very best for sharing about your business and what you're getting set up with. So, 10 weeks, 20 classes, 30 hours, you're gonna end up with these things if you take this class with me and this class. So this is not the right QR code, because I think this goes to the registration one, but you can use this QR code. I have another one that's gonna be out front for coffee. That one goes directly to the application to apply. This one will do the same thing, but it's just the short intake form, because I did some info sessions over the last couple of weeks, so some of you attended, so thank you for that. Shereen's attended, and Sheldon. Speaking of Sheldon, Sheldon picked up the treats today for our coffee, so I paid for coffee. Great organizer, and his business is called Phenomenal Flow. So this is me, this is what I want to share with you. Actually, tomorrow is the first day of our class. Tomorrow is the day I'm going to be showing people how to use the software that we're using. I'm going to be here at Bamboo, and if you send in your application today, I'll invite you to that little party. It's tomorrow afternoon, and then next week, Tuesday, Thursday, is going to be the class. So if you're interested, if it sounds at all engaging, please speak with me afterwards, and thank you very much for allowing me to come.
So yeah, if you're interested, please see Melissa. I made a mistake and have the wrong QR code in there.
This is the right QR code, so I'll just set them here for hiring how to do okay. All right, go ahead.
Great. All right, so if you want to speak as Melissa did just now, you can become a coffee sponsor. You can scan this QR code or talk to one of the volunteers, or just email us at AdOnAir@1millioncups.com. So how many people have a business that's older than 5 years, or work for a company that's older than 5 years? So good handful of us. So you can get in front of us by becoming a coffee sponsor. We have a lot of openings coming up, and so come to one of us, chat about it. If you have friends or know of people that might be a good fit as well, that's something we're looking to fill, the coffee sponsor slots. As a lot of you know, we have no trouble filling the presenter slots, but we want to make sure that we have coffee each week. So some upcoming community events. Think Tank Thursdays happens downstairs every Thursday. Just drop in co-working with a lot of people here. So just a chance to meet with people and work on whatever project you have. A couple other events today, actually right after this at 11 o'clock downstairs in the cafe. The company I work for, Pure Visibility, we're doing what's called Let's Do Lunch with Bamboo. So it's a free lunch if you want to come just network, hang out, learn about what we do. I'm also doing a live website audit, so if that's something that you're interested in. Later this afternoon, virtually, there's a DIY bookkeeping webinar with Michelle Carley from Big Easy Finance. So that's really valuable if you need help with accounting in any way. You can ask the expert. And then next week, Tuesday, right here in the evening, we have our monthly marketing recharge, happy hour event, marketing and networking with a panel discussion. All right, so as I mentioned, we have a lot of presenters filled up. We do have some availability. We have a slot in September on the 17th that opened up, and then also into November and beyond. Also, one thing I think we mentioned last week, but October 1st we have a town hall, so it's a little bit different from our normal format. Would encourage you all to attend. Basically, what we're going to do is kind of just open it up to the community, get some feedback on how we're doing, what we can do better, what we can do more of the same. So it's really important to us. So if you're available, please try to make it out October 1st. I think it'll be really fun, engaging. We'll get to hear more from you all about these events. So if you do want to present, you can just go to 1millioncups.com/present and select Ann Arbor. There's a short questionnaire to fill out. Here's the criteria. And really the goal is to just help you address any challenges you have. So with that, I want to introduce Satish, who's today's presenter with AdOnAir.
So imagine, so we put this as an AdOnAir platform, this TV. So imagine a larger event, trade show, or some festival, or downtown. You are able to put your own ad, your own brand on this TV, just like I did throughout the coffee hour and then prior or when you guys are having breakfast. Or imagine at the co-working space, there are lots of small businesses, they are able to put their own brand. Or the fun use case, you take your spouse or your loved one to a restaurant for celebrating birthday, for example, and your table is set for 7 o'clock, and you put 7:15, happy birthday to you, and then you celebrate that. So fun use case. That's what the AdOnAir platform is trying to do, and that's what we're trying to accomplish. My name is Satish. I'm the founder and CEO of the AdOnAir. Thank you so much to 1 Million Cup for giving me an opportunity to present, and thank you to Tarun and Ginger. I really appreciate Tarun and Ginger to kind of making this happen and letting me use the platform and present to you guys. So AdOnAir is a SaaS-based platform, and it does 3 things. So the first, any TVs that small businesses or anywhere for that matter have, it makes it accessible to easily put advertisement in real time and any time of the day. Currently, the only way to do that is there are a couple of ways. One of the ways to do it is most small businesses do are using the USB stick like we are doing here, or use some kind of really expensive content management system, but it's not the easy way. So that's the first thing it does. The second thing it does, it opens those TVs to everybody else. Just like this is open to you guys. So we have with this QR code. So on your table, if you download the app, you should be able to and put your message or ad on this TV, just like the 100 MG near location, and the demo is the TV name. So it opens up for everybody, the small businesses and individuals, to put their own brand, their own message. The third thing it does is it opens up these TVs as a source of revenue. So for example, a small business have TV, they are not only advertising their own content, but anybody advertise on those pays a small fee to advertise, and that gets converted, and that creates a revenue for those TVs, for those small businesses. So that's really what our platform is about. We have been working on this platform about a year now, and I think I'm supposed to do this. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. So we have been working on this platform about a year now. We released our version 1.0 about 4 months ago. The current release is 2.1. Actually, 2.1.1 is the next the release that we just released yesterday. So it's a little bit outdated, but it's 2.1.1 is the current release right now. We have a handful of customers right now. We have a handful of customers that are using as a screen owner trying to solve is this trying to provide small businesses a simple, easy, and inexpensive way to advertise, and create this hyper local platform where all the small business can generate the cross sale, upsell opportunities, and really kind of connect as a community of small businesses where they can advertise and get their brand known to public and known to each other in a very hyper local kind of environment. I think the opportunity is tremendous because there is a very low we have at this point, something similar to AdOnAir. The closest thing, as I mentioned, is the USB drive that you can use. There are some expensive content management systems that you could use, but most small businesses don't use it. It's large businesses. That's hundreds of TVs. They use that. So I think there's a tremendous opportunity. What are our current challenge? So we are very new. We are barely 3-4 months old, and we barely started about a month ago. Sign up few screens, few advertisement. So platform adoption is our main challenge at this point. We have been working really diligently, very hard to get the name out and to really get the value of this platform to the community, to the small businesses, kind of get it known. And we are hoping the meetings like this and folks like yourself can help us with kind of feedback, help us to connect people and all that. So finding partner is really kind of part of that platform adoption. What we have tried so far. So obviously, as I mentioned, we continue working based on the feedback that we are receiving. We're continually improving and adding more features, bug fixes, and stuff like that. We have been applying different grant opportunities. We don't have anything lined up, so that's the one thing. But I think the most important thing we're doing is attending events like this, where talking about the platform, helping to ask for feedback, and ask for help with connecting folks that we think we can add value to their businesses and to the community. What we have learned so far. So one thing I can tell you, I'm very, very thankful to Unwilling Cup. They have given me opportunity. This is the second time I'm presenting. The ones I did in Ferndale, and then here, and then I'm also presenting in Kalamazoo. And then I have presented in a different organization and different platform. But I can tell you the one thing I can is the support and the feedback is just overwhelming, and we have learned so much and got so much help. So that's tremendous, and I'm very, very thankful. I think some of the things that we have been doing is, as I mentioned, as we are getting our initial customer, early adopter, and then in the meetings like this, we are adopting and we are really modifying our platform, making it better and stuff like that. So that's kind of some of the things we have been doing. I think some of the ask is the same thing again that why I've been asking you guys is I would love to get your feedback. Please download that app. If not now, later, and let us know any feedback. We are new, so I think we are in pretty good shape. It's a pretty stable app, but there will always be something because we are new. So we'd love to get feedback, improvement. That would be great. Go-to-market strategy, platform adoption. I'd love to pick you guys' brain and get some feedback. What you guys' thoughts are, how we can do something like this, how we can really get the local community adopted and all that. So that's another partnership kind of goes hand in hand. that would be something I would love to hear from you guys. And then with that, thank you so much. That's the presentation. But I'd love to answer any question or any comments or feedback.
Nicely done, Satish. So what we're going to do is, first we're just going to open it up, like if there are any clarifying questions before we move into, suggestions or recommendations. So if anybody has some clarifying questions, please raise your hand. Go ahead.
What's the second part?
Sorry?
Not a clarifying question.
Not a clarifying question. Am I sure?
Expenses and revenue model.
Yes. So there are 3 different ways the revenue model does. So 3 different ways to the money part work in this. So the one is when the screen owner uses this, they pay a small $20 per screen. And then when you advertise, it can be as low as $1.99 for one time, like a pay-per-view kind of. So like I put this, it's a one-time thing. This is not a one-time thing, I'm sorry, but you can just put about 30 seconds. The second is you can do subscription-based. So if you want to have your platform or your brand, then we have the subscription-based that gets 20 slots per day for 30 days. So that's a monthly subscription, and that can go as low as $100, or the TV owner can set their own prices as well. So that is the revenue model. The other part of that model is the screen owner gets 40% off of the revenue, and the platform gets the 60% of the revenue.
And then how much is it? You're giving them the USB?
Yes. So there are two things in this platform. One is the mobile app, and then the other is that device. So currently we are just getting off the market device and then kind of retrofitting our roadmap is to have our own device that's get cheaper and not so expensive. But the devices that goes into HDMI.
And then are they paying for that?
They will. For now we are not asking any money for the device.
So you're paying for that?
We are paying for that.
And how much does that cost?
So currently, as I said, it's a little bit expensive. It's a $30 per device.
Okay.
Our hope is we make our own device and customize it and to bring down the cost like $10 or so.
Okay.
So you want the audience to upload, I've been doing that, I get to the part about the pay, is there a promo code?
Oh,
for
I'm
today?
sorry. Thank you so much.
I couldn't even.
Yeah, I was going to ask which TV is this?
So this is demo. So pick the location 100 MG Neo
I thought so,
Ann
yeah.
Arbor, and the demo is the TV, and the promo code you can use is MED.
MED, okay.
And I should have come up with a better promo, but I'm sorry. MED you can use. And that's a one-time ad promo. Yeah, thank you guys.
Any other clarifying questions before we move into this?
So, the question I have, how do you optimize the content delivery first? And the second, how do you make sure that your content is, matches expectations and it is appropriate?
Yes, so I'll take the second question first. So we have 2 approval processes. The one is, so as you're using, when you upload, it will give you a message that it's going to AI and doing it, checking with our policies. So when you upload a video or a picture, it goes to our AI model and the training model that tries to figure out if it conforms to our policies, like you don't want to have pornography, hate crime, and all that stuff, right? So that's the one thing. The second thing it does is the TV owner gets the approve the image. So for example, anybody here, I'm acting as a TV owner, will come for approval, so I control what I can see on my TV. So that's the second thing. So that way we are making sure it conforms to a policy and also what TV owner wants. TV owner may not want to have anything, for example, with the politics, for example. So we have some features in the pipeline where we will automatically read out those. In terms of optimization, we only allow certain size of the files and the video, and really kind of that's the most building at this point. And then Maria is my associate. Make sure you approve Maria if there is a. So okay, go ahead. You have. Let me just.
My picture's too good, I'm sorry.
So there is a time, so I'm going to approve all of them. So I just did, so it should go. But you have questions, sir?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, when it comes to venues, in terms of the go-to-market strategy, are there particular venues you know you are going to be able to sell to versus ones that are more likely to take this service?
Yeah, so any businesses that have TV can use our services and they can benefit. But obviously, since we are startup, we are targeting, like we are creating a beachhead where we're targeting restaurant and co-working spaces and chamber of commerce kind of places.
Salons are good because people are sitting.
So we are hoping to kind of get some traction. And to be honest, what it comes down to is where our connections are. And then if they know us, and so, but they're open to any venues. Yes.
Yeah, I was just curious how many clients you currently have, or how many venues you're currently in, and what types, like what industries or.
So we have about five different locations and multiple suites in those. So we have office space, we have a restaurant, we have co-working space in Ferndale that just signed up yesterday, thanks to 1 million help.
In Caviezel.
And we are in a conversation with the Cleveland Chamber of Commerce, and hopefully we are trying to get some festivals sign up, the Industrial Festival happening, so we can try to do that. But those are office building, I didn't mention that.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a couple office buildings here in Ann Arbor, one in Cleveland. So we have some connection in Cleveland as well. So
I guess just another thing, is there any way to track how many leads you get from it as a person going to put on the TV?
Yes, that's a really big item we have as part of our wish list.
Okay.
What you're talking about is, okay, what is my ROI for this, right? What am I getting out of it if I'm a small business? That is something we have in our program, is not there yet in terms of implementation. But right now we are really counting on this hyper local aspect. We're really a couple mile, we haven't been in Toronto, and if there's a massage place next door, like get 5% off of Toronto. So that kind of thing we are. So we are not able to do analytic at this point. Yes.
If you're targeting small businesses, and small businesses I think of are very budget conscious, why wouldn't I just get a really good idea from you and then set up a Canva presentation that can stream wirelessly and I can just manage it myself? What's the value to me to paying a fee for something that I can just do on a TV?
Yeah, so obviously it's not rocket science. I think what we are bringing is people are doing that using USB. You can do the same thing USB thing, right? This thing is wireless and connected to this TV.
Yeah.
You can do the same thing. What we are really offering is the ease of use and the more of a real-time aspect where you can provide experience. For example, if you have a restaurant, you can take a picture of how your food is being cooked and show with the table number or whatever you want, or welcome guest name or something. The experience part, so you can do more of a real-time ease of use. The second thing we are doing is that your TV is being open to everybody else, right? So other businesses, individual, you cannot do that unless they come to you, someone, your creative guy will change the camera or USB. It's a process.
Well, you still have to approve it, right? So it's a process, but if I'm just giving a little pushback because I am a budget conscious small business owner,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And I love ideas and figuring out how to hack that.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna do this, don't worry. But if I still have to like have the app, look for somebody still has an administrative task of looking at the app, approving it, it would just be as easy if somebody texted me the image and it would probably be a 3-minute difference.
Yes, so, so there is a couple of things in that we planning on offering, not at this point, we're planning on offering our own services, that we will go through that approval process if you want. The second is if you think that our AI is doing decent enough job, it will automatically approve it.
Okay.
And it will go on its own. But the ease of use is one of the main features that we're selling.
Thank you.
I just want to pull things back to what you need out of this group. Because again, we don't want to ask you why your business, we want to ask you questions that will help bring what you need. So what are you asking from us?
Yeah, I appreciate it. What I'm asking is, tell us, give me some feedback, whether it's using the app and the app itself, what features you think will be more helpful or not helpful. That's the one thing. And the other thing is, where do you see it is adding value? If there's any businesses you have or you have your own businesses that you think you can add value to, help me to connect with those folks. That's the second ask.
Okay. So you're asking for us to even give you connections. That's what you really need from this group, is to connect you to other people that could help put this on screens.
Connection is certainly one of the asks. The feedback will be the other one.
But I think that once you have the locations with the TVs, it will be no problem to get the people who will want to put their advertisements there. Like if you get Cobo Hall, you've got Cobo Hall. If somebody wants to be seen there, they're going to go through this app. Period. Right. So.
Our first hill to climb is certainly getting certain adoption. You're right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Questions? Yeah. Armando? Oh, sorry, next. Yeah, Candace, and then we'll go around.
So have you started, I mean, you've got these local connections that you've made, but have you started with a wider attempt to get these people, and what do you plan on doing?
So right now we are very much focusing on Arbor, but depending on where we get the connection, like we have it in Ferndale, for example, obviously, and Cleveland is the other place that we are kind of focusing on. This is kind of the platform where we have to do more local work to get our name out, and then we are hoping once we have a certain number of threshold number, it will have a snowball effect and people will catch up.
But this is just one-to-one connections, not like spreading the word through advertising or.
Yeah. So it's such a catch-22 unless our name is there a little bit, and then we can show like, okay, we got 50 speed, we got 100 people are advertising, and this is the revenue. I think that would be a good story to tell. And then the other part is also we gotta have some advertising dollar that we don't have right now.
Are we doing feedback or still listening?
Yeah, we can open it up to feedback now. We'll do Armand, and then Evan, and anybody else just raise your hand so I know.
So actually, you answered part of my question to the last question that was asked. You're in the business of advertisement, so you understand the value of ads way better than all of us in this room together. So the question I have for you is, how much budget are you setting aside for advertising your own business? Do you have a certain amount of money that you can say, for example, you go to businesses and say, hey, you're a small business, you don't need to pay. You go to a restaurant or like a good place in Ann Arbor, game days on Main Street, I don't know, farmers market, all these events that happen, and you go to a restaurant and say, I pay you, I don't know, $1,000, $100 a month, and you absorb that cost and just get the wheels running, and then at some point it's going to become self-sustaining.
Yeah. So one of the problem with, or one of the characteristics of small business, I mean, the startup is we work with the shoestring budget. we put most of our eggs in the development of a product, at least initially. That's what we try to do until 2001. I think we are in a really good shape. Now from here, we are trying to get just a tweak a little bit, like we have big mind version 2001 kind of thing, and we'll continue to do that a little bit. I think the next phase will be we can use those very little money we have to put it in some kind of advertising. We are using it in our giving away our devices, for example, kind of thing for now, get that threshold number. But you're right, we have to find the advertising dollar. And some of the things we are doing is kind of getting grants, trying to partner with folks like Spark, for example, some fundraising as well. We are trying to do.
Are you willing to give a commission to someone to find partners and businesses for you and just say like, I don't know, I had a lot of ideas, that's what I'm talking. I'm happy to talk to you, but are you thinking about that business?
Absolutely. We started with 15%. So any revenue comes on that TV, 15% perpetually to the person who get that.
Is this the kind of thing that would make it easy for like stadiums and stuff when people want to like, do their marriage proposals and like their prom proposals and all those other things where they make a spectacle out of themselves? Like,
Yes.
Because I think that like, you know, small businesses kind of, they're always looking for that return on ad spend. But people pay money to, you know, embarrass themselves in front of the whole universe. And it's like, it's like it makes it a lot easier than to be like, okay, you can now make, like you can take over all the, you know, TVs in your girlfriend's co-working space at the end of the day, and then, you know, be waiting there with flowers or something and everybody's gonna see it, or you can put it in a big house, like all the TVs everywhere be like, oh, I love this little person, or something like that. And I think that just might be an option, might be a little quicker.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, the cash part that you were talking about. So that is a one-time ad or a pay-per-view kind of thing. That could be as
But there's lots of people.
$1.99 kind of thing, right? But yeah, that is only one of the things we want, and that will get that catchy.
Because if you're like $50 and now everybody at like the Michigan hockey game sees, you know, all the TVs, like and then everybody does it once, but like so many people want to do it, you know, that it'll be kind of.
So one of my could be a dream that having a nice size screen right on Diane, and just imagine that being the First Amendment on steroid. We'll put their message there. But anyway, go
Other
ahead.
questions, we'll do Darrow, and then everyone just raise your hand if you have questions, I know I'm the next. Darrow will go around.
Okay, so is it questions or feedback?
We're opening it up to feedback questions, but we're gonna go Darrow, and then I'm gonna make, all people will make our way around the room.
It seems to me like probably your easiest market is going to be, you know, bars and restaurants that have a lot of screens, because then they can sacrifice a screen easily to that. And I would think that talking to that business about, you know, that they're going to make money off of this screen also is going to be an easier thing to do. I mean, like, if you go to like a lot of breakfast places, you see like they've got a tablecloth underneath that like glass screen. There's like all the different business cards of people who have given them a little bit of money to help make those tables happen, right? So it seems that it's a pretty easy ask to go to a bar and say, we have this way of doing this. It's going to bring money to you. All you got to do is let us use one of your TVs, and then you put your ad up, your thing right there, and then people will start to use it. Because it's the same thing as like when you're driving down the highway, you see, put your ad here on the billboard, and here's the phone number. So I think the first step really would be get a couple of bars that are, especially sports bars, because they have screens to sacrifice, right? And let them know that all they got to do is let you be able to put your thing up there, and as soon as you start making income, they're going to make income. So that seems like a strategy that is a pretty easy ask of a business. You know, they just have to give up one screen for a little while, and it's going to, you know, people, especially a busy bar, everybody who goes to watch the game there is going to want other people to see their business on that screen, right? So
That's, I feel, is such a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But then, you know, they always think they're maybe it's beautiful, but I think my baby is beautiful. But I think one of the things I'm finding is, and I think it goes back to that lady when you said, small business tend to be very hard to adopt new things, and that's one thing I'm running into.
Yeah.
But getting
But
that
do you
hump-
frequent any bars?
I used to when I was single or young.
So my point is, you know, sweet luck, you know, I mean,
Never long time back.
start there. Start the people you know,
Somebody suggested that I should
and then you'll get numbers to show it up.
try to get help with someone who are in the bar,
Yeah.
aren't one of the success factors.
All right, we'll go, Satish, I can call and you can concentrate on.
Thank you.
We're here, Arcadia, we're gonna hit people who haven't spoken yet, we have maybe about 10 minutes left. Actually, Jared said exactly what I was going to say, so, okay, Arcadia.
It's about the feedback. First of all, I noticed when you have constant stream of ad, you will turn out. You will just start ignoring it. So, and if we're talking about bar, live TV, it is very easy to detect commercial time. So if you can put your ad during the commercial time, that opens completely new set of revenues potential. But constant stream of ads is not gonna work. I observed a couple of times where people just turn me off.
Yeah, just a quick comment. I think the advertising in this world is something like you can't live without it, and we don't want to live with it kind of as well, right? But I think what this comes down to is we put the local component. All of a sudden, if you're seeing you that you're familiar with, it will grab your attention.
I think, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, you had your hand up.
Susan.
Perfect. Susan.
So one of the things that another company that I know does really well with are trade shows. And they just have people that go to, not even a tent or a table at the trade show. Go to the restaurant and bar, trade show, wherever, and have conversations with people who are attending. It's cheap to go there. Maybe you hire my friend over here to go to a couple at $15 or whatever. But getting into the trade shows and having the conversations with the people who are attending, who are in that industry, may be a great way to help people.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's a really good suggestion.
Arash?
Yeah, I was thinking about some, saloons, bars are really great places, but some spaces that people have more time to see that advertisement, like hotels or like hotel lobbies or like airports.
Salon.
They spend some time.
That's right.
Or even airports, people are waiting for their flights, they have more time to spend, and that could be some places that you, not only in the US, you can focus on abroad, like in Latin American destinations as well later.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I guess I feel like one of the biggest differentiator is could be like the ads pipeline, right? And that sets up from different things. Like, hey, if you have multiple ads, different domains, people can choose. Let's say it's sports, eating, whatnot, right? That is like a big moat there itself. It's much different than, hey, as somebody gave me an ad or it's a billboard, it's static, it's one or two, but you have a plethora of ads that could be the biggest moat or differentiator. Also can be like a barrier of entry for someone else too as well.
Any other questions over here? I realize I'm looking this way, and then Armand, and then here. Okay, we have time for maybe a few more. We'll go Ginger, Armand, and sorry, I forgot your name.
Grant.
Grant.
You wanted feedback on just use of it. I thought it was incredibly easy once I knew the code. It was just very easy. So there was only 2 of us, I think, that had an ad. So it might need more approvals, but I thought it was super easy.
It was easy, but I think integrating with the Apple Wallet would be nice, so I don't have to work out a card.
Yeah.
I did put 2 on.
We'll go Armand next. If you have a question or comment, we'll just work.
I couldn't delete one, just so you know. I put 2 on. time to like test the deletion of it for you, you can't delete it.
Once it's approved, you can.
Okay.
Maybe as a suggestion, you can work on ad swaps. So you work with 10 small restaurants, bars, whatever that they want to advertise. So you say, I have a screen that I advertise for your happy hour across the street or start in town. So you give us your space and then you basically take some free ads, squeeze in a couple and start making money.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea, and there is some thinking going on around that. I think there's a different model we need to devise, not just the current model is a one-to-one, and I think, but that's the only one of them really good.
So that can be free. Basically, this restaurant says, I'm going to give my screen for half an hour a day, but my advertisement is going to go across 10 other places. So that may be a free way of starting.
So the other thing would be like packaged, like 10 TVs and 10 pictures.
We're gonna go Grant and then Barry are gonna take us home, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that when it comes to determining the efficacy of an ad at a particular location, maybe you can work with your team to auto-generate a QR code in the bottom corner that connects to a website that the advertiser provides in the fill-out form for the ad.
Yeah. So that's only one of the things we would like to do. But meanwhile, what we're asking is just having the pictures on the ground. So always have a QR code in your picture or email, and we'll do some kind of for now.
So, yeah, we want to take a look at the event space. I think this would be a great idea. It can get people attending the event. I recently attended an event at UWM where they had 20-something plus vendors. Each of them had a big screen. Most of them went unused. So I think that would be a good space to be able to either do ads or just have people taking pictures of what's going on in the event, displaying it on the vendors to attract people over to those vendors. So if you imagine, I had five of those presenters that were using this, and they were doing the canyon, I think people would naturally gravitate to those presenters to look at their pictures, but also get a chance to maybe interact with those event hosts.
I appreciate that. I would agree with that. Absolutely.
Great, some good feedback. Let's give it up. Just help us answer this question. It's kind of hard, got a lot of good feedback, good ideas. If you could say one takeaway or one ask, what can we as a community do for you?
I find the supporting the startup community like myself or platform, I think it's a great service that OneMC is doing. And I think if we can continue to do that and provide maybe beyond like a Wednesday thing, and they can just do on their own self, connect with people that they are talking to 5 different people, somehow provide the information, or again, maybe it's too much work for volunteer work, but that could be one thing I would suggest.
Great.
Thank you.
Great, thanks again.